Practical application. Here's a short story about Emma, who learns from Bonnie Appleseed that spiritual ideas become useful only when they are planted in the mind and applied to every circumstance. Emma owned a thick book called The Gardener's Guide to Perfect Peace. She underlined its brightest passages, memorized its finest sayings, and spoke confidently about seeds, sunlight, patience, and growth. Yet her own garden remained a tangled patch of weeds. Whenever someone criticized her, Emma became defensive. Whenever plans changed, she blamed the weather. Whenever a friend seemed happier or more successful, she compared gardens. She loved the gardener's guide, but she had never pressed its lessons into the soil. One morning, a cheerful traveler named Bonnie Appleseed arrived, pulling a little red wagon filled with seeds. "I know everything about gardening," Emma announced. Bonnie looked at the weeds. "Then your garden must be teaching something different from your book." Emma felt embarrassed. "I understand the principles." "Understanding a seed is not the same as planting it," Bonnie replied. "Practical application means using the lesson exactly where the disturbance appears." Bonnie handed Emma a small golden seed. "Plant this whenever your peace is disturbed." Emma stared at it. "Where?" "In the mind, not in the circumstances." Just then, Emma's neighbor complained that one of her branches crossed the fence. Emma prepared to argue, but Bonnie rang a tiny bell. "Here is your garden." Emma paused. She noticed her attack thoughts, her fear of being wrong, and her desire to protect her image as a good gardener. Instead of rearranging the fence in her imagination, she planted the golden seed within. "Show me another way to see this," she prayed. Her defensiveness softened. The neighbor was no longer an enemy, but a friend calling for understanding. Emma trimmed the branch without sacrifice because she no longer believed her worth could be cut away. Later, rain ruined Emma's afternoon plans. She began complaining, but Bonnie rang the bell again. Another garden. Emma watched her disappointment. She saw that she had placed happiness in a particular outcome and called the changing weather its cause. She planted another seed. "Peace is not in the image," she remembered. "Peace is in the purpose I choose." The rain became neither good nor bad. It was simply an image passing across the screen while Emma practiced remaining still. At the market, someone laughed at Emma's muddy boots. Heat rose into her face. She wanted to hide, explain, or strike back. Bonnie rang the bell. Another garden. Emma looked within. Beneath the embarrassment was identification with a personality that could be judged. She planted the seed and asked, "What am I without this story?" For one quiet moment, the mask dropped. Emma felt a self untouched by ridicule, comparison, history, or appearance. Nothing real had been threatened. Day after day, Bonnie guided Emma through practical application. A delayed wagon became a lesson in patience. A broken tool revealed her belief in control. A disagreement exposed her need for approval. A wilted tree uncovered her fear of loss. Bonnie never tried to improve the images first. She always pointed Emma back to the mind. "Asked a horizontal question?" Bonnie would say. "Received the answer from the vertical." Emma learned that mind training was not a collection of beautiful ideas. It was the willingness to choose again while irritation, fear, guilt, and judgment were actually present. Every upset became a patch of soil. Every relationship became a classroom. Every hidden thought became a seed ready to be released. Eventually, Emma noticed that Bonnie's wagon was empty. "You have no seeds left," Emma said. Bonnie smiled. "The seed has already been cast. It is too late for the weeds to convince you that nothing is growing." Emma looked across her garden. Small golden blossoms had appeared everywhere. Not because the world had finally behaved correctly, but because she had stopped searching outside herself for the cause of peace. "What happens now?" Emma asked. "Transfer the training," Bonnie said. "Do not reserve truth for books, meetings, prayers, or peaceful mornings. Apply it to everything without exception." Emma closed The Gardener's Guide to Perfect Peace. She no longer needed to carry it like a shield. Its purpose had entered her experience. From that day forward, whenever an old grievance appeared, Emma did not parade it through the garden. She planted it. Whenever fear predicted a dark future, she planted it. Whenever the personality demanded control, appreciation, superiority, or specialness, she planted it. And through each practical application, the false became compost, forgiveness became sunlight, and the simple truth began to bloom. The garden was never outside her mind. May we sing, rest, and dance our way home together.